welcome back to the channel. So yeah, basically the Australian government has finally dropped their enhanced and lethal surface fleet review. This has come with several recommendations, so I'll be going through them in this video. I'm also just going to be giving you what I think as I go through the things. So that hopefully that's just going to be the general part of the video. At the end, I'll do a proper this is what I honestly think, and I do have some gripes and things that I'd like to discuss after this. But for now, we'll be focusing on this stuff. Anyway, basically on 20th February 2024, the Albanese government has released its blueprint for a larger and more lethal surface fleet for the Royal Australian Navy. This follows the government's careful consideration of the recommendations of the independent analysis of the surface combatant fleet commissioned in response to the Defence Strategic Review, which should have fucking covered this shit anyway. It's not, like, seriously, why didn't they cover this? Anyway, our strategic circumstances require a larger and more lethal surface combatant fleet, complemented by a conventionally armed and nuclear-powered submarine fleet. Just stress on conventionally armed because, you know, that whole thing that occurred because everyone decided that because something is nuclear capable must mean it carries nukes. Anyway, basically, in line with the independent analysis recommendations, Navy's future surface combatant fleet will comprise of 26 major surface combatants consisting of 3 Hobart-class air warfare destroyers with upgraded air and strike capabilities, 6 Hunter-class frigates to boost undersea warfare and strike capabilities, 11 new general-purpose frigates that will provide maritime and land strike, air defense and escort capabilities, and 6 large optionally crewed surface vessels. LOSUVs for short, that will significantly increase the Navy's long-range strike capability. In addition to that, the 6 remaining Anzac-class frigates will be decommissioned, which is pretty fair. Anyway, so basically what I think of this initial bit, there's a bit on later, but I'll just deal with this now. Basically, 3 Hobart-class air warfare destroyers will be upgraded. This means that because I believe Navatia, the people who designed and built these ships, they produced a upgrade package to increase survivability against ballistic and hypersonic type weapons. They would also likely see the vertical launch cells being expanded so they can hold more missiles, and yeah, like just generally improving their strike capacity and air defense, as it says. The 6 Hunter class, which are being implemented, I'm not quite sure about. Okay, let me explain. I am, as you probably see in my channel, not a big fan of the Hunter. The Hunter class has a lot of issues, including the fact that 1, it's just overblown in price, 2, it's way too big, and it doesn't really provide enough capability. Perhaps the government has decided that we do need the capacity to carry out anti-submarine warfare as a priority, but I would have thought that they'd actually establish that. I don't think they say that here, which is kind of annoying, but yeah, they don't really tell you what they think is a major priority. Then, of course, we have the new general purpose frigates that will provide maritime land strike and air defense and escort duties. Now, it says down here that the general purpose frigate will be accelerated to replace the Anzac class frigates. So what this means, to me at least, is that the new frigates are going to be a light sort of ship, similar in size to the Anzac. Basically, what I'd say the general role is to just carry out support and anti-ship missions, but nothing too much more. I would, and this is me just hazarding a guess, I'm willing to say what the government's trying to do here is start to establish amphibious assault groups. So what we could see here is having multiple vessels escorting and protecting one of our LHDs or amphibious assault vessels, should we choose our amphibious assault vessel, to be precise, in case they go overseas or have to engage in some potential war. Overall, it's just a frigate, general purpose. So it means that they're going to be all-rounders, which means they're not going to be giving up capacity to carry out anti-submarine warfare, nor are they giving up capacity to carry out only air defense, which I think is interesting. However, what's really caught my eye here is the 6 new large optionally crewed surface vessels. Now, these are interesting because they supposedly will significantly increase the Navy's long-range strike capacity. What this means is that we could potentially be seeing something along the lines of an arsenal ship, which is basically a vessel that has as many missiles packed into it as possible with as few crew members, and you just send that up and sit off an opponent's coast and just bombard the ever-living shit out of them. So that's actually something rather interesting. I think that could be really, really, that could be a game changer, to be honest. And that could be something really to consider. I think that's good. Then, of course, we come to the 6 remaining Anzac-class vessels, again, being decommissioned. Good, they're not equipped for the modern environment, and they're not going to stay around and remain relevant in the modern environment. Now, of course, we come to the fact that they're going to have 25 minor war vessels to contribute to civil maritime security operations, which includes 6 offshore patrol vessels. Now, what this likely means is that they're going to be cutting down the Arafura down to 6 vessels of a class, and I'm willing to bet that we will be seeing the whatever vessel comes on, potentially and probably a corvette, to replace the other vessels within its class. Then, of course, it's just general stuff here. Hobart class destroyers will be equipped with latest US Navy Aegis combat systems. That's basically improved air defense system. They're going to be in basically just building more shit in the within a time frame is effectively what the government's saying. They're committed to continuous naval shipbuilding, so that's basically just they're going to keep building stuff. And of course, we will see a growth for the Defense Force. So that's an additional $30.5 billion to the Defense's integrated investment program and an $11 billion investment over the next decade. So overall, it's pretty simple. It's just, I mean, it's pretty clear cut, like what they're doing. However, I do have some problems, and this is where I'm going to be saying I have questions I'd like answered. The first big problem is that Australia right now cannot man all of our ships, right? We do not have enough people to operate 9 major surface combatants, right? Because you're going to have 3 Hobart air warfare destroyers and 6 Hunter class. Those ships are destroyer-sized vessels, so they'll have maybe 150 people on board. Then, of course, we throw into account 11 new frigates, okay? And that's what concerns me. 11 new frigates. Now, do we have the people to man this? Because so far, we haven't been able to operate all of our frigates or vessels at once. We currently have 1 ship right now mothballed. We don't have any people to operate them. That's going to be something the government really has to take seriously. I think the 6 new large optionally crewed vessels, that's going to be big. That's a big thing. That's important. But that's what scares me. Okay? This doesn't. I know we can operate that. We can man that. We can carry that out. But the 11 new frigates, can we actually man them? And that's my big concern. Then, of course, we have the 25 minor war vessels, but those are basically just the same as our offshore patrol vessels that we were initially planning on buying. So I think that's going to be how it goes. I'd say they're probably with that going to build 6 Arafura class offshore patrol vessels, probably upgun them a bit, and then just use them as is. I don't think so. Basically, that way we keep part of the program going and we get some capability. What I'd say they'll do after that, though, is they'll swap to a whole different class of ship and then go from there. But yeah, that's really it for now. Hope you enjoyed. It's been a long video. It's 10 minutes. I generally stick to around 5 minutes with my scripts and stuff. This is unscripted, so that's probably part of the problem. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, please support the channel. It really is appreciated, and it means a lot to me. I thank you all very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Thank you so very much. Goodbye.